So it's officially the start of week 33. It's week 33, day 0. And I'll be honest, I'm struggling today. As I said in my last video, I actually had a colitis flare over the weekend, and as a result, my iron levels are really low, really low. We've not long got back from the hospital. We've been to our obstetrician appointment this morning, and it was a bit of a pointless appointment, if I'm being honest. It was good in a way. I let her know about the flare that happened over the weekend, and instantly her face was, and then I said, but don't worry, we think we've worked out what it caused it. It's already on the mend. Like, I'm already showing signs of healing. The constipation stopped, etc. And that gave her a bit more peace of mind. And she just double checked, you're not on any medication, are you taking aspirin? I'm like, no, aspirin causes colitis. She's like, oh yes, of course, yeah. So I'm glad that she checks and just reiterates and doesn't just assume stuff like that. But we're now home. I have no energy. I have no energy. Everything is a struggle. Jason kindly dropped me off at the entrance of the antenatal unit this morning because we were running a bit late. I got the time of the appointment slightly wrong by 10 minutes, so we ended up having to jump out of bed and rush there. Threw a banana down ourselves each and then headed over. Bless him, Jason could not find a parking space to save his life at the hospital, so we ended up having to park a good 10-minute walk, 15-minute walk down the road. Well, what's a 10-minute walk for him, 20-minute walk for me. We ended up parking further away, which is fine because it means the parking was free. And it also means I got some steps in today. But the obstetrician appointment went well. She said there's nothing to worry about, baby's still growing, you're gaining weight, so all that is good. I actually weighed myself this morning. I'm up to 116.6 kilograms. I gained a kilogram again this week. So I've gained 2 kilograms in 2 weeks. A kilogram a week so far, which is good because that means baby's growing. Baby has been nice and active this morning. He's been kicking about like mad. I did not get a good night's sleep last night. The sleep problems that come with the 3rd trimester, the insomnia and the tossing and turning and not being able to get comfy has definitely kicked in now, without a doubt. It is very difficult to sleep at night, even harder to get up in the morning. My God, my alarm went off this morning and I could not wake up. I kept on drifting in and out of dreams and drifting in and out of consciousness. Just, I could not stay awake, which is sod's law considering throughout the night I couldn't get to sleep. We've got home. I was meant to have 2 really easy dog walks today, but because of the lack of because of the lack of sleep and also because of the low iron levels, because of the colitis flare, I'm exhausted. I am absolutely shattered today. So freaking tired. And weirdly enough, the NHS app actually tells you the same thing. So on the NHS website, because it has a week by week thing that you can check and get information and updates about where your baby's up to on a week by week basis. With around 6 weeks to go, you might be feeling really tired now, which is not surprising considering you're carrying around an extra couple of kilograms. Literally 2 weeks, 2 kilograms. I'm definitely carrying a few extra kilograms. Your uterus, aka womb, could start preparing for the birth with Braxton Hicks contractions starting this week, which can and cannot happen. Not everyone gets Braxton Hicks, which are sometimes referred to as practice contractions. These can feel like a tightening over your bump for 20 to 30 seconds before the muscles relax once again. It shouldn't hurt, but if they become painful or begin to happen regularly, contact your midwife just in case you're going into labour. That alone is a scary thought. On that same page, it also actually recommends that we start getting ready for our journey to the hospital. If you have to go to hospital or plan to go to hospital or the midwife unit for your birth, it recommends that you actually get your hospital bag packed now. And the reason it recommends you get your hospital bag packed now is because it is not uncommon for babies who are premature or arrive early to arrive as early as 36 weeks, which is only 3 weeks away. Now, I'm pretty confident that Minion's going to be late. I still believe he's going to be around the 41, maybe even 42 week marker. I also don't want to take my chances, so I will be packing my hospital bag this week or next week. I want to get it packed long before Christmas because we are going down to Jason's family's for Christmas, and even though he could turn up as early as Christmas week, I am praying he doesn't. I am really, really hoping he makes it full term, or at least makes it to 40 weeks. 40 weeks will be nice. 40 weeks minimum will be very nice. Just in case, I will be getting my hospital bag ready this week or next week, so keep an eye out for that video. That will be coming very shortly. I've got another appointment this week on Thursday with my midwife. I'm not too sure how that's going to go. I think they have to start doing measurements or something like that with me from this week. I can't remember. But either way, it's coming. The next midwife appointment is coming, and apparently I'm going to have midwife appointments every 2 to 3 weeks after this point. So I've got a lot of hospital visits. a lot of hospital and midwife appointments to get to over these next few months. One of the joys of being a high-risk pregnancy, which to be fair, it does mean that they're taking extra care and extra monitoring of me. But at the same time, I feel like all this extra care and all this extra monitoring may cause unnecessary worry and anxiety and panic on their end and cause them to put more pressure on me when it's not necessary. But we'll see. I've also had a slight problem this morning with my leggings, because obviously I wear leggings for dog walking and they've been absolutely amazing up till now. I got the 2XL size and they have been able to go over my bump and keep bump in place and help support my back, which has been great. But they are starting to get tight. Like, it's very obvious that baby is growing quickly. He is growing really quickly at this point, and it is becoming noticeable in my clothing. Like, it was already noticeable in my clothing because my bump was expanding, my boobs were expanding and everything else. But now it's really noticeable. It is really, really noticeable that he is growing quickly because the pressure on my bump is tenfold now with the leggings. At the moment, I've actually just got back from the hospital. I've just had to rip the leggings off my legs, so now I'm just wearing this like dress t-shirt. Let me show you. So yeah, I'm having to wear like this sort of clothing right now, which only just covers me. But yeah, there he is. Baby bump. And it's one of those, with everything going on with universal credit and my maternity allowance and everything not starting until January and having to cancel so many of my walks. I've had to cancel my walks today. I'm just too tired. I'm literally going to eat my breakfast and go straight back to bed because I'm exhausted. Lighting. No lighting. Jason just put the light on because I was only using the light from the window. So I'm a lot brighter now. But yeah, I'm tired, I'm exhausted, and I really just need more sleep. So I'm going to take today's rest day and just recover from this colitis flare. See how everything gets on tomorrow. So far, all good. Even with the flare, baby is growing normally. They're still moving, they're still active. Everything is going to plan. Everything is going fine so far. I am genuinely terrified for the labour. I'm not terrified for labour itself, but after watching the Three, the person I mentioned in my last video, and her birth vlog, she had a very, very traumatic birth vlog. She was aiming for a natural birth. She ended up having, her water ended up breaking, but then she didn't go into labour, so she ended up getting an infection and she ended up having to get induced, and then during the induction, baby's heart rate kept on dropping, and so they ended up giving her an emergency C-section, which she really didn't want. And so she was absolutely distraught, and I am genuinely scared the same thing's going to happen, or that is my biggest fear, that is my biggest worry, that I have to end up being induced and then have to end up having a C-section because the induction didn't work or whatever. I really don't want a C-section. I really freaking don't want a C-section. If it comes to a life or death situation, then I will have a C-section, but I am trying to avoid it at all costs, unless absolutely necessary. That has made me a bit nervous for labour in case that does happen to me, but I am still hoping and praying for a normal, natural labour as best as I can. But we'll see. Anyway, I'm going to go get breakfast, and like I said, I'm going to take today as a rest day, have food, go back to bed. I can already feel the iron tablet kicking in, which has given me just a little bit more energy, but it won't be enough to last me the day. I'm going to go chill, and I will see you guys tomorrow. So it's now Tuesday, week 33, day 1. Increased hormones and blood flow can lead to a number of skin changes during pregnancy, such as stretch marks, acne, and even varicose veins. Staying active can help prevent stretch marks and varicose veins. How does staying active prevent stretch marks? That makes no sense. While regular face cleansing routine can help with acne, well, guess what? I do not have a regular face cleansing routine. I have never had a regular face cleansing routine, which really confuses a lot of people. The only bit I have is on my chin, which, again, that's not really acne, it's just grease from food. I probably should have a facial routine, but I've never had one. I've never found I needed one. I just wash my face with a bit of warm water and a, what's it called, flannel, every morning or every other day sometimes, depending on how late I wake up. And that seems to work perfectly fine. I don't have any acne issues, so I don't know. Oh gosh, if you can't tell, I'm still tired. I'm very tired. I'm still recovering from the colitis flare, so my iron levels are pretty low. I do need to get an iron tablet, but I've just had breakfast, and my breakfast is pretty high in nutrition because it's a Huel breakfast. And I know that the body can only absorb so many nutrients in certain time frames. Because of that, I do like to have a bit of time between when I have my breakfast and when I have my iron tablet, just so that I am actually taking on as much of the nutrition from the iron tablet as possible. Oh my god. I yawn so much recently. I mean, I yawn a lot. I yawn a lot anyway. I don't know why. But since about week 30, I yawn every 10 minutes. Every 10 to 15 minutes without fail. It just happens. Sometimes more often. It gets a little annoying after a while. It's like hiccups, but yawning version. Like I said, I'm feeling more conscious today. I'm feeling more human. So I'm going to do my dog walks today. I'm actually just about to leave. I still need to get my leggings on. I've been avoiding putting my leggings on because they are causing quite a lot of pressure on my stomach recently. But I need to get them on. Baby was very wriggly last night. They had a very good kickabout from about 8 o'clock until about 9:30, and then set off again between 11 and 12, which is their usual kickabout time. But they really kicked last night. Like, they were very strong kicks last night. He then had another kickabout when I got up to go to the toilet at about 2:30. He had another kickabout when I got up to go to the toilet around 4. I briefly woke up around 6 or 7 o'clock and he had a kickabout then. And he's had another mini kickabout around about 10 o'clock-ish, which again is his normal timings. So I'm not too fussed. But his kicks have been very strong these last 12 hours. Very, very strong. So I'm hoping today he's going to have a quieter day and give me a bit of a rest. Which, to be fair, the kicks still don't hurt. They're still not painful. They can take you by surprise still. And they do sort of make me jump sometimes because they just happen out of nowhere and it's just a sudden bang. Luckily, he doesn't kick into my ribs yet. He is been kicking into my pelvis. My God, that hurts. He's still tossing and turning like crazy. So one minute the kicks will be up at the top of my stomach, the next minute they'll be around my side, the next minute they'll be down in my pelvis. So he is quite literally somersaulting in there. Still not settled. I have to say though, the heartburn and acid reflux haven't been as bad these last 2 days. They've not been good. I've still had it, but it's not been anywhere near as bad as what it's been last week. Last week's acid reflux was really bad. So I don't know whether or not baby's position affects it or whether or not how long ago I ate has affected it. One thing I do know is I really want to go back to bed right now. I would love a nap right now. Absolutely adore one, but I need to go out to work because money doesn't grow on trees and we need to pay our bills. And apparently Universal Credit is not helping me with that. So I am going to finish getting dressed, go out on my dog walks, and then when I get home, I need to do some video editing because I am falling behind on my videos again. Thanks to this last week, or the last week, having all the birds around and having to look after all my friends' pets. Oh, so I need to catch back up. I really need to catch back up. I don't want to fall too far behind because it's taken me so long to catch up to this point. Oh, my spine feels so compressed right now. My spine feels so compressed. I really need to stretch it out. So the plan for today is go out, go to work, come home, get some video editing done. Whether or not I finish a video or not is irrelevant. I just need to get some done. And then at some point after my parrots go to bed, I need to get my exercises, or at least my stretches done. Minimum of my stretches and my hip exercises. Right, so I'm gonna get going to work and I will see you in a minute when we are hopefully back home. I'm at my first dog walk and it is actually a really, really beautiful day today. Skies are blue, no clouds. Sun is already setting. Not even 12 o'clock in the day and the sun's already setting. Absolute madness. And I have to say things are really getting difficult now. Trying to put my boots on for work took me about 20 minutes. It was so hard. I did try and find my wellies, but I've got no idea where we've left them or where we stored them. So I couldn't put my wellies on, so I had to put my boots on. And I wish I had my wellies. Because my God, it was so hard to tie my laces today. There was so much pressure on my stomach and my hips, trying to bend over just to get them. And Jason had already left for work, so he couldn't help me. And even now, the walk, getting in and out of the car is so much more effort. Getting up and down the stairs is so much more effort. Apparently, I am leaking from the nose right now. Not helping. I've probably got a nice big black stain on my face now where the mud's got me. And I'm also so breathless. Like, just existing is breathless right now. I can understand why, because I've put a very large amount of weight on in a very short space of time with baby growing at the speed that they are. But at the same time, you really feel that extra couple of kilograms. You really feel, especially when it all comes at you in one go, you really feel that extra few kilograms start to push on you. You can really feel the weight of the baby. Like, he is getting really heavy now. I can really feel it on my stomach. I can really feel pressure and the weight on the front half of my stomach now. And I'm almost so much more clumsier. I am so clumsy right now. I cannot hold on to things for more than a few seconds without dropping them. I cannot move something without knocking it over. Ooh, it gets irritating after a while. Oh, this is one of 2 dog walks. I've got 1 more dog walk after this. I'm going to get this done, get home. I can do some exercises, do me hip exercises. You're following me again. You follow me again. Got a good habit of coming to say hi, you, haven't you? Well, hello there. Hi. What you doing? You following me again? Following me again? It's 2 o'clock. So something I forgot to mention earlier. I'm on my 2nd walk now. I've got Amber and Scotty's down by the river. There's something I forgot to mention that I noticed that I've started doing in this last, I'd say 2 weeks, 3 weeks, is what's known as the pregnancy sway. And I'm actually doing it right now. Anytime I stop or anytime I'm stood still, I can't stand still anymore. I'm literally swaying my hips from side to side, just instinctually, completely instinctually. No idea why I do it, I just do. And apparently this is actually quite common in pregnant people. They get to a point where standing still becomes too achy, so they end up just developing this natural side to side swing. No idea why, but it's been happening. It's been happening for me the last couple of weeks. Are you boys ready to move on yet? Come on. Oh, we're nearly done now. This is my last dog walk. We've got about half an hour left. And I can get home, get something to eat and get my exercises done. So it's currently 6:30 at night. Ish, give or take. 6? Sorry, 6:45. 6:45. 6:05 at night. Acid reflux is playing up, so I apologise if I end up burping quite a bit. And yes, I am in my PJs, but I still intend to get some exercises done. I've just had to switch to my PJs because the leggings were just getting a bit tight on my belly. Minion was starting to complain, so I've had to switch into something more comfortable. Just means I'm going to have to do my exercises in my PJs, and my god, this chair is squeaky. I do still plan on doing my exercises tonight. I'm just in a video editing mind frame right now, so I'm doing some video editing until I start getting hungry again, because I am due some more food soon, or at least a snack. So I'm going to keep video editing for another half an hour, get some food down me, give it another few minutes before I then finally get my exercises done. But I do really want to do them tonight because I finally blew up my pregnancy ball, which is this stupid thing here. Now, I don't know if this is like standard size or a bit on the small side. I have no idea. I just know that this is the pregnancy ball that Simone got me from the baby bank, and it does seem to be okay in size. I can get down to quite a nice little squat in it and roll my hips around quite a lot. I gave it a try out last night, just sitting on it and bouncing around, and it did seem to work quite well. So I want to give it another go tonight. So I'm going to do my squats. Oh my god. Oh my gosh, I'm yawning so much right now. I used to yawn a lot anyway, but I'm yawning a lot right now. I'm still tired, if you can't tell. I've had an iron tablet today, but the exhaustion from the weekend still hasn't settled. Or the iron deficiency from the weekend still hasn't sorted itself out yet. We have pregnancy ball now, so we are going to give this a go with our exercises later, after I've had something else to eat, and then I'm going to chill out for the rest of the night. But we'll see how we get on. So for me, the next clips are going to be in like the next 2 hours. For you guys, it's going to be in a few seconds. Enjoy. that's it. That's all I'm doing tonight. Nice and gentle, nice and easy. Not too much, not too intense. Just a little bit of strengthening, a little bit of stretching, and leave it at that. So I will see you guys tomorrow.